Dear friends, we are learning integers today. It is usually learning class 6 and 7 in state and CBSE curriculum. So, previous classes or the preliminary classes, you have learned number line from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, so and so. On those days, the number line started from 0 to infinite. But now we are thinking numbers before 0. It is known as negative numbers or negative integers. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Thus we can mark a number which is 1 less than 0, negative 1, 2 less than 0, negative 2, and so on. Again, we can think another point or another detailed issue, absolute value. Do you heard about absolute value? In Malayalam, it is known as Kevala Vila. Considering a number line, this negative 5 is 5 away from 0. Negative 4 is 4 away from 0. Consider 2. 2 is 2 away from 0. 3 is 3 away from 0. Consider negative 3 and positive 3. Both are equidistant from the 0. So we can say the absolute value of negative 3 and positive 3 is 3. So simply, if you are comparing with the number line and think about absolute value of an integer, it will be the distance from the 0. Again, we can write it as that number, it's absolute value. Absolute value. Consider negative x. Its absolute value is x. Consider positive x. Its absolute value is also x. So what is absolute value? Simply we can say, consider a negative integer or a positive integer. If we are removing its sign, what we are seeing, that is absolute value. Now we can consider Dmas of integers. Dmas of integers. What is Dmas? Division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So we can think another mathematical principle. To subtract a number, its additive inverse is added. Its additive inverse is added. We can discuss this matter. What is additive inverse? Think a number negative 3. Its additive inverse is positive. Consider positive 3. Its additive inverse is negative. That means if you are adding together, its value will be 0. Sum of a number and its additive inverse is 0. So consider 7 minus 5, which means 7 plus negative 5. Additive inverse of 5 is negative 5. Again, 7 minus negative 5, which is equal to 7 plus. Additive inverse of negative 5 is positive 5. So you can do some exercises with this principle. You can just imagine a number line. At first, find the position 0, right side positive, left side negative. In order to subtraction, what we are doing, we are just adding the additive inverse. So, A plus negative A is equal to 0. Negative A plus A is equal to 0. Negative 1 plus positive 1 is equal to 0. We can again consider the subtraction. A minus B is equal to A plus negative B. Again, A minus negative B is equal to A plus positive B. So, when you are learning algebra, this principle is very important, because if you are doing addition, subtraction, in between negative then positive, you will be confused. So what can we do? For subtraction, we can just change it into addition. Example, 5 minus negative 3, which is equal to 5 plus positive 3. That means 3 more than 5, which is equal to 8. Again, 5 minus 3 means, consider the number line. Here is 0, here is 5. Then 3 less than 5, it is going back, you are getting 2. So always the number line should be in your mind. 5 minus 3 means 5 plus negative 3. Negative 3 is adding, means going back. If positive 3 is adding in a number line, we are going front or right. So 5 plus negative 3 means 3 is taking from 5, which means 2. Again, negative 3 plus 5. What it means? Negative 3 plus 5 means 3 less 5 more. So the result will be same. So simply we can write it 5 minus 3. The answer will be same. Thus, we can change the position of a integer. So we can try it. 2 plus negative 1 is equal to negative 1 plus 2. Commutative property in mathematics. Again, we can say 2 minus 1, which is equal to 2 plus negative 1, is also equal to negative 1 plus 2. If considering the addition, we can interchange the numbers, no problem. We can change the order, we can commute the numbers. But in subtraction, we cannot do like that. 2 minus 1 is not equal to 1 minus 2. You know it. Let us consider the subtractions. A minus B is equal to A plus negative B. If so, 5 minus 2 is equal to 5 plus negative 2. 5 more, 2 less. The difference 3. We can do it like this. Consider the difference of their absolute values. What do you mean by absolute values? Take 5 and 2 without a negative positive sign. What do you mean by difference? Subtracting smaller number from larger number. 5 larger, 2 smaller, absolute value. Then consider the number with a large absolute. Here 5 is the large number. So consider its sign, which is 5. That means positive. Thus we are getting 3. Again considering a negative number and positive number. Where it is? This one. Here 5 less, 2 more. The answer will be negative 3. How can we calculate it? Listen carefully. Taking the difference 5 and 2. Difference of 5 and 2. What are 5 and 2? The absolute values of negative 5 and positive 2. Considering difference of the absolute values, then put the sign of number with large absolute, that is 5. Its sign is negative, thus we are getting negative 3. Here consider both are positive numbers. 5 means positive 5, positive 2 means 2, both are same in sign, in value. So 5 plus 2, 7, no problem. Here both numbers are negative, so we can take their sum. Here we are taking the sum. How? 5 plus 2 sum. Put the negative sign. Negative 7. Here 5 plus 2. Here we are taking the sum, putting positive sign. I think you can simply grasp it. Simply, we need to remember 2 basic points. To find the number, sum of 2 negative integers, consider the sum. To find the sum of a positive and a negative integer, find the difference of their absolute values and give the sign of the integer with large absolute value. So here we are considering the difference, because one is negative and other is positive. Consider negative A plus negative B. What we are doing, we can consider the sum. If one is negative and the other is positive, what can we do? We need to find the difference of their absolute value. Considering the addition and subtraction of a negative number and a positive number. First step, we are considering sum of 2 positive numbers. It is always positive. Sum of 2 negative numbers is always negative. You should not say negative and negative get positive. That's a wrong statement. That is not always correct. That is correct in another case. Here, a negative number and positive number, sum of a negative and a positive. The answer can be either negative or positive. Negative A, positive A, their sum is always 0. It's known as a number and its additive inverse. In smaller classes you have learned a number is subtracted from itself is always 0. Consider negative 5 and positive 4. Their sum is negative y. Consider the large absolute number or the number with the large absolute y. Here it is 5. So sign is negative. So the answer will be negative. Consider second case. Positive 5 and negative 4. Their sum is positive y. The large absolute value is 5. Its sign is positive. So the answer will be positive. Again look. Negative 4, positive 5. Consider the absolute values. 5 is greater. Its sign is positive. Therefore the answer is positive. Consider again. Positive 4, negative 5. Consider their sum. We are taking the absolute values. 5 is greater in case of absolute value. Therefore its sign is negative. We are taking the negative sign. So before adding a negative number and a positive number, you have to make sure the answer is either negative or positive. Now we are considering the multiplication. Simply product of A and B or A into B is equal to AB. Consider a negative number and another negative number. Negative A into negative B. That means product of two negative numbers is positive. Simply some teachers are speaking negative gives positive. That is true to multiplication, not addition. So positive of product, we can write like this. Positive will be with bracket or without bracket or without plus sign. Again, negative A into positive B. The answer will be negative. Take the product of the absolute and put the negative sign. Again, a positive number into negative. Positive A plus positive A into negative B. We are getting negative answer. Negative of the product. We can simply look negative 1 into positive 1. Negative. Negative 1 into negative 1. Positive 1. Positive 1 into positive 1. Getting positive 1. Positive 1 into negative 1. Getting negative 1. So multiplication is so simple. If you know multiplication table, product of a negative and a positive or both negative or both positive is so easy to understand. Now we are considering division. A negative number is divided by another negative number. Surely the answer will be positive. You should not say negative and negative, getting negative or positive. The answer may be correct or not. In case of division and multiplication, the answer may be same, but in case of addition and subtraction, it can be a different answer. So, a negative number is divided by another negative number, getting positive. Again, A negative number is divided by positive number. You can simply say it is negative. Negative number division, positive number division, negative number getting negative. A positive number division, positive number getting positive. If you write down it as a fraction, negative a by negative b, answer is positive. Negative a by positive b, answer negative. Negative a by negative b, answer negative. Positive a by positive b, answer positive. Again consider negative a by b is also equal to a by negative b, or simply we can write negative of a by b. I hope you can understand it. That means if a number is negative, the other number is positive. In case of division, answer will be negative. The negative can come in numerator or denominator. No problem. If negative is on both numerator and denominator, the answer is positive. But one is positive and the other is negative, the answer will be negative. Positive a by positive b, that is positive a by b, or simply say a by b. We have to learn the idea of difference in integers with the negative and positive integers. Let us think. We need to find the answer of both terms, or simply saying we can simplify both separately. 2 plus negative 7. Take the difference, put the sign of large absolute, you are getting negative 5. Then negative 2 plus positive 7, taking the difference of absolute, put the sign of the number with the large absolute, which is equal to positive 5. So what do we mean by difference? Difference means subtracting smaller from the larger. Which is smaller, which is larger? Consider the middle 0. After 0 is larger, before 0 smaller. Therefore, you must understand it is less, it is more. Therefore, to find the difference, 2 plus negative 7, 1. But it is smaller, so we cannot do it. We need to take the second one, then subtract, then smaller one, 2 plus negative 7, which means from positive 5, negative 5 is subtracting, which means 5 plus 5. To subtract a number, its additive inverse is added. Positive 5 plus positive 5, positive 10, which is equal to 10. Hope you can follow me. Look the number line. Negative 5 is 5 away from 0. Positive 5, again 5 away from 0. So their difference, 5 plus 5, 10. So if you have better idea about the number line, it is so easy. So we can do another problem. Find the difference. 2 plus -5 and 3 plus +4. Here purposefully I didn't write plus sign with 2 and 3, which means both are positive. Consider 2 plus -5. One is negative, the other is positive. Taking the difference of absolute, put the sign of larger absolute number, you are getting -3. Next step, 3 plus +4. Both are positive. Therefore, taking the sum, put the sign of large absolute, both are positive numbers, you are getting +7. So, you see number line 7 away from 0, the other 3 away from 0, taking both together 10 difference between 7 and -3. So, by step simplification, we can write 2 plus -5, 3 plus 4. But the second one is larger, so we need to change its order like this. Minus 2 plus -5. Why we are writing like this? From here we got -3 small, +7 larger. Therefore, the answer will be +7 minus -3 is equal to 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. Either using number line or simple arithmetic, you can simplify it. The next, we have to understand the meaning more, less, equal, between these words. More than, 3, more than, -7. What it means? It is simple addition. -7 plus 3. Taking the -7. Then going right side 3 times. What you are getting? -4. It is stopping at -4. The answer will be -4. Again, 3 less than -7. We are taking the -7 somewhere here. It is less. 1 less than -7, -8, -9, -10. The answer will be -10. 2 more than -2. What will be the answer? Take the -2. 2 more, it will reach 0. Again, 3 more than -1. Start from -1. Take 3 steps. You are getting +2. What do you mean by between? -5 lies between the integers. Again, can you fill it and dash? -5 lies between -6, here -5, -4, lies between -4 and -6. It is so simple to understand. Thus, negative 7 come after dash. Negative 7 come after. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All are negative. Negative 7 comes before negative 6. Negative 7 comes before negative 6. Negative 7 comes after negative 8. Negative 7, use the symbol less than negative 6. Again, negative 7 greater than negative 8. So using number line, all these words must be understood. So we can solve with more than 2 integers. We can use both addition and subtraction together. Question number 1. Negative 7 plus negative 5 minus negative 7 minus negative 5. What will you do now? Look here. One is negative, the other is positive. Here we are taking the sum. It is so easy, practically. Here, subtraction, negative. It will become positive. And subtraction become addition. Here, subtract negative, which means adding positive. So we are going to change it as negative 7 plus negative 5 plus positive 7 plus positive 5. Simply, what will be the answer? Why do so? Negative 7, positive 7. Taking their sum, 0. Negative 5, positive 5. Taking their sum, 0. Second one. Positive 7 plus positive 5 minus positive 7 minus positive 5. What will be the answer? We can change the subtraction to addition. Positive 7 plus positive 5 plus negative 7 plus negative 5. Here also the answer same. One positive 7, negative 7. Positive 5, negative 5. Result 0. We can try another one. Negative 2 plus positive 2 minus negative 2 plus positive 2 minus positive 2. Let it be so. Negative, positive, negative, addition, subtraction all together. Don't worry, we can simplify it very easily. Is equal to negative 2 plus positive 2 plus positive 2 plus positive 2 plus negative 2. Simply look, negative 2, positive 2, 0. Again, negative 2, positive 2, 0. Only plus 2 remains. Positive 2. I hope you can simply handle negative, positive integers with add, subtract and find the difference.